This time you find us making our way to the Scilly Isles, where we visit the Abbey Gardens, Briar, and also explore the main island of St Mary's. So we're just leaving the River Fell. 10 days here and we're off to the Scillies now. Didn't film much. That's where we stayed on Turnaware on the pontoon there. And we're just making our way out now. Very quiet and peaceful as we're coming out. There's only us and Phyllis Anne moving. Looks like there might be a few sails going down there. So just coming out for the Fell again, hopefully for the last time this year. And moors over there. There's a gun emplacement. Looking up towards Falmer. And then the bay's opening out. And we're going down there. One sailboat ahead, 2, 3. See 8 sails down there, so there's a few heading down that way. Leaving Falmouth behind now. Big tanker out here. Showing us asleep now, so hopefully he's not going anywhere. Keeping an eye on him. There's obviously a bait ball out here. You can see the... Hope the camera picks that up. See him diving in. I'm guessing the dolphins have finished feeding. And here they come. Brilliant. We've got dolphins. Woohoo! Well, that's the start of the day. Manacled head, you can see all the rocks sticking out over there. It's going to go around this boy. Oh, hello dolphin. So just coming down to the lizard, which is in front of us now. Fin's right on the nose, the sails are not doing a lot, they're just flapping around at the moment. So we're just coming around the lizard. Bit lumpy. So, still motoring, doing between 5.5 and 6 knots, and we are halfway. So, saying 32 miles to go. So, we're still motor sailing. We are at the bottom of Land's End now, which is over there. We've got long ships there. Then over here, got Wolf Rock. And the Scillies, we can't see them yet, are 22 miles away. Still motoring. There is a bit of wind, not a lot. It's on the nose. Oh, and we've got dolphins. Yeah, we've seen so many dolphins today. It's been unbelievable. I don't know whether it's the same group of dolphins following us or whether it's individual dolphins. But if it's individual pods, then we must have seen 8 or 9 pods today. And in a minke whale, only briefly surfaced where some dolphins were feeding. With birds going in as well. And then the minke whale came up, maybe 150 yards from it. So the Scillies are in sight, and we're about 10 miles out in a real rolly ride, but no issues really. Just coming to the end of the TSS, big ship just coming down, and we're just on the other, just getting over the other side of it now. And we're going to go in through there, which is the north side of St Mary's, and try and anchor out round that side if we can, see what it's like. So, just arriving at the Scillies. Got a few boats about, got a few masts, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but we're going directly ahead into the anchorage ahead of us. Just below that radio mast, you can see a few boats there. It's called Windmill Cove, and we're going to go in there. Well, there's another bay here we could go into. It's going to give us good shelter tonight, I think, and just chill out and relax. So anchored up in Windmill Cove on the Isle of Scilly. We're in 8 metres, or at least the anchor is. Sandy bottom, according to Navally, and it's nice and still, so we should get a good night's sleep here, hopefully. I'm tired, so I'm glad we've stopped now. Left at 6 and we got here at 5:45. So beautiful morning on the Scillies. I think the intention is to go between Tresco and Prior today if we can, and then that way we can use the tender to do both islands. I've just come ashore on St Martin's. There's a little slipway down here which runs up just below these bushes. Tender in there. Just going to take the dogs a walk up and round to this burial mound over there, and then come back, leave about 1 o'clock, go round the islands, right round the other side, see if we can get in between Tresco and Briar. Beautiful day. So we've left our anchorage, which was over there, and we're making our way around to now New Grimsby Sound, trying to catch the tide that takes us around the island. We've left a bit late really, but we'll get an hour and a half of tide and then hopefully we won't be far away. Under full sail, we've got about 14 knots of wind at the moment, and we're doing 5.2 knots. That's lovely. Just nice doing 5.5 to 6 knots. Got 15 to 16 knots of wind. That's got us sitting in around 12. We are coming out of the lee of the land now. Come out the lee of land. Needless to say, it's a bit lumpy. Just making our way up headwind, up towards heading under pier, then we go round it, then we're not too far, and then we'll have to make a decision whether we're going in or not. We're hoping it'll be sheltered once we get inside. You can see there's boats all anchored down here. It's obviously quite sheltered there, just where it's both here. Calming down a bit now. I'm just going up behind those rocks that the boat, I think Phyllis Anne, going in now, and that's where we're going. Things are calming down a bit now, thankfully. We're just coming in. So I've just come ashore on Tresco. We're anchored out over there. And have to go for a good walk. Got the tender up above the tide line. The new wheels are working brilliantly. And this is Tresco. Lovely little beach houses. So we've come ashore and this is the little holiday village. That seems to be a coffee shop on our way through. Just on the way to the Abbey Gardens. Stores are up there. Little post office. It's a little mini bus. Electric one. So taking the long walk round. Still sees quite a bit of swell out there when you look on the rocks in the distance. Hoping it dies down. And then we're looking towards St Mary's over there. Big cruise ship in. Heliport on Tresco. I guess this is where you fly into. It's right next to the the Abbey Gardens, which is just down there. It says 100 metres. So as you enter Abbey Gardens, there was a couple of red squirrels just playing on the feeder. So we stopped to watch them for a little while. Abbey Gardens are absolutely beautiful, and if you haven't been, then we highly recommend it. We looked around the Valhalla collection, which is a collection of 30 figureheads from ships that I believe were lost around the islands. The artwork on them is amazing.
Yeah.
The bottom of Scilly Isles.
So this is a carving off HMS Colossus. It's beautiful. Craftsmanship on it. They really took pride in their work. Just walking up to Cromwell's castle. We were going to go up the castle, but it's too much for the dogs. It's too warm. I'm going to head back. So just come ashore on Pariah. We're anchored just there. We had to go to the Harbour Master's office, which is at the pub over there on Tresco. We're going to have a walk round Briar. It gets too windy, hopefully. I'm sure on Briar. Boat hire here. Little Chandra's over there. It's very basic, so I'm told. And this is the gig shed here. Little church on Briar. They sometimes like have plaques on the wall with all the history and stuff, don't they? But £18.98, poor old Doris chipped in a few quid to get the chantry done. Bless her. Oh yeah, of course it is. Yeah, I don't know, I lost because we'd come round. I thought we were looking on a different... No, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, that's St Mary's.
Yeah.
Cheap town.
So we're just leaving the Scillies now. Got to go around these marks up here and through the rocks and out. It's about 3 metres through there, so we should have enough tide underneath, enough water underneath us. Pushing a bit of tide down 4 knots, so maybe a knot and a half. But I want to try and get to St Ives today if we can. Scillies is lovely, and I'm sure we'll be back. So we're leaving the Scillies and we're making our way across to Land's End and up to St Ives. It's not a lot of wind, 7 knots of wind. We're motor sailing at about 4.5, 5 knots. But we've got to really leave. It's in 2 days or 3 days time, depending on what the forecast does. There's some really bad weather coming in, force 7, force 8. And we don't want to be in the Scillies when that comes through, so we want to be in Padstow. So we're going to, the plan is to go up to St Ives today anchor out, or if we have enough time, maybe to Padstow, but I think we'd miss the lock-in times by the time we get there. So seas come down a lot. It's blown 4-6 last night at about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Thankfully it's not too bad. So just coming past Longships, we're still motor sailing. Got tide with us now, so doing 7 knots, 7.5 knots. And just come past a really nice cat, 60-foot cat. It's very modern and sleek. And then there was obviously a bait ball here, but everything's cleared off. There was a load of dolphins. You can just see the remnants of birds out there and dolphins moving. They were crashing in. They'd obviously got fish there. And we're making our way up to St Ives. So just coming round into St Ives. Just going to go around this headland and anchor out where we did previously. Maybe a bit deeper into the bay, so a bit better protected. Town looks busy. So we're anchored out. At St Ives again. Trying to stay away from the speedboats. Come right down here, and now they seem to have followed us. Hey ho, we've got to earn a living. So this is Cardiff Bay, I think it's called. So we've come down here, and we're going to try this around the 6 metre line. Last time we anchored up where that yacht is up there, but we had quite a bad night there. But that may be just one of those with the swell coming in. But we're hoping, because the wind is directly coming over there, but by 6 in the morning it will be coming from over there. But we should have left by then. It's early in the morning. It's just gone 5 o'clock, and we're making our way up to Padstow. Had a problem with the anchor. There's a little pin on the windlass that keeps moving. I've got to fix it, and then it jams the anchor chain. So it took us longer to get the anchor up than we wanted to, but we're rolling. That's the main thing. So we missed the tidal lock-in for Padstow. We were doing really well until we got about half a mile from Trevose. 10:30 was the latest we could get there. It was looking like we were getting there at 10:10, and we got to Trevose, and we basically came to a standstill. The tide just changed. It's because of the anchoring issue that we had this morning. It put us half an hour behind, and that was enough to stop us getting round. And we went from doing 7 knots to about 2 at one point. So we've made the decision not to go into Padstow rather than sit in the estuary for 6 hours waiting to get in. It's not a bad day, although we can't sail. We're motoring. We thought we were going to motor up to Lundy and then head to Cardiff tomorrow and home. First sailboat we've seen coming down over there. We look on an AIS, there's quite a few coming down from the Milford area of Wales. And we're just between Boscastle and Widmouth Bay at the moment. So we're just coming up on Lundy, which is ahead of us now, about 8 miles, and we've just been joined by some dolphins, which is a nice greeting. Don't know whether they've gone or whether they're still with us. Oh no, there they are. Three of them. Beautiful. They definitely look at you. So we've arrived at Lundy. In fairness, quite a few hours ago now, but we've been catching up with friends. Blue Hole boat over there, and the Black Hole Nautica friends on that we know, so we've been chatting with them for the last hour, enjoying their company. And Lundy is always beautiful. But we're just stopping here overnight because we've got dogs and you can't take dogs on the island, so it's going to be a quick stop and then hopefully get back to Cardiff tomorrow. So we've left Lundy. We're trucking along between 6 and 7 knots, and we've got 14 knots there, so about 20 knots of wind at the moment. And our starboard quarter, dreary. Lundy behind us, in cloud over there. Don't think it's meant to be like this all day. So we're 4 hours in, past Ilfracombe, well up the Bristol Channel. There's a few ships about now, keep an eye out for them. One over on the inside there. One coming down on us, over there somewhere at the moment in the mist. No, just here. So the tide has finally turned on us, making our way up the Bristol Channel. I was hoping to get more over by Nash Point over there. The wind wouldn't allow us. The wind actually died at one point. We ended up on the motor only for about 40 minutes, an hour, and then all of a sudden, with no warning, it turned. We had a crash jibe. Now we're just making the best of the wind angle, trying to get over to the Welsh coast, but also kind of sail it. So running down to Cardiff, tide's just changed. We start to pick up. We've been sitting looking at Nash Point Lighthouse over there, but best part nearly 5 and a bit hours. Doing 1.2 to 2 knots over the ground, even though we've got 20 knots of wind. Obviously through the water we're going a lot quicker than that. We're hitting nearly 3 knots, 4 knots places. But the tide's changed now, so it's going to be in our favour. And we're already starting to see ourselves picking up to 4 knots. Just got to be mindful of these big ships that are around waiting to go up to Bristol. Letting the Genoa do most of the work because we keep getting pushed around. Recently slamming in the main. You have that one on the deck, but it's quite rolly. It's just the Bristol Channel really, at least it's not as spiky as what it was. Tide's with us, as I say, so the current's with us, and it's now tide with the wind. So that's calmed things down a lot. But obviously, it's a big spring. Well, it's not quite spring. There's a lot of water moving. So we're motoring. We're an hour from Cardiff. It's been a wet, dreary day, and the sun's come out to welcome us home. How about that? Little Barry over there, Barry Island. We both like Barry actually. Not so much the funfair side, but the actual town's really nice. And the water area that they're on about making into marina at some point, and if they do, that'll be spectacular. Penarth's coming into view now, along with Cardiff. Just about to see the barrage. Ollie, come here. Even the dogs are getting excited, I think. I think they know where they are. See the pier coming out from Penarth. And we'll be there in about 15 minutes, I think. That's us back in the lock. got her okay.
Not really. If you hold her on fire.
Right, hold her like that. She ain't going anywhere now. And just like that, we're back. See if we can get on the visitor's berth now, which will be nice if we can. Lockkeeper was good enough to hold the gate for us, as we were about 5 minutes late. Dogs are getting excited. They're ready to go. Well, thank you for watching. That was the end of our season. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see what next year brings.